Storyboarding for Teachers. Today, we will compare and contrast lesson planning and storyboarding so that former teachers can grasp a better understanding of their similarities and differences. Furthermore, we'll take a look at some useful tips that teachers can consider when making this pivot. Hopefully, with this new information, you will feel more confident as you move on to your first or next storyboarding project. Let's get started.
Today, we'll consider ways to think outside the box.
He's right, especially if you're thinking about transitioning to corporate opportunities. When it comes to understanding the differences and similarities of lesson planning and storyboarding, we first need to understand that they are both adaptive, and they involve a target audience of people who are trying to learn. But when it comes to lesson planning, we're developing content for students, and it's very important that we keep in mind pedagogical best practices. On the other hand, when it comes to storyboarding, instructional designers need to use andragogy. In other words, they need to consider the busyness of adults' days and how they can learn the essential information in the shortest period of time possible. Now, let's take a look at time frame. When it comes to lesson plans, we're thinking on a week-by-week scale to fit holistically with units throughout the year. On the other hand, instructional designers have to consider second by second what will be mapped out in their storyboard to then be put into a new instructional medium. Third and finally, when it comes to lesson planning, we need to consider what manipulatives, digital technology, and copies will require within that week of instruction. In contrast, storyboarding requires instructional designers to consider sound, animation, and script. Before you go, here are a few things to think about. First of all, remember your SME's intentions. What message did your subject matter expert want their audience to learn? Second, be ready to share your work with a team of professionals like you and to receive their feedback. Most likely, you're a part of a group responsible for producing an instructional resource that's both impactful and engaging. Well, that concludes our video. Hopefully, by watching this, you've gotten a little more understanding about the process of storyboarding and feel more comfortable with it. Remember, you've got this.